Welcome to the next session of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. Our High Holy Day season has begun. Rosh Hashanah went well, uh, observed primarily at an independent minyan. This was a little bit less well attended than previously, though there are probably several reasons. Uh, Among them, I would suspect the congregation from which most of those ordinarily in attendance originated got a new rabbi. Many of the people who are members there would very much like to see how he handles the holy days. I went to my own congregation, Erev Rosh Hashanah. The choir did a rather good job, a little bit more proficient than I remember them from the past. It was very poorly attended, but that doesn't surprise me. There is a visiting rabbi who is known to the congregation. He had a few minor remarks that were very insightful. The Shacharit services did not appear unduly long. My wife conducted them the second day. The sermons are invariably top-notch, done primarily by local scholars. I came home, I rested, and then the new year began. I can't say that I'm much different. The transition was a somewhat challenging one for me, with a series of rejections and other forms of baggage along the way. But with that, I resumed my OLLI classes, went to a special session simulcast from the main campus. Offered a relatively new friend a chance to share my sukkah with me. He agreed to come, probably the only notable acceptance that I got this week. So I'm looking forward to that. I'm planning menus. For some reason, I feel a little better today than I have in a while. Yet I'm still, having a little difficulty focusing and concentrating on the things that I thought I most wanted to do, but maybe don't really want to do them as much as I thought. But it's a new year, a chance to make new connections, a chance to kind of be myself, even if myself is a little bit cranky, though perhaps one of the themes that the rabbis misread is to be different than your real self. I think a better self is a more apt way to put it, or a self without the baggage that dragged you down in the previous year. Interestingly, my planning for things that I want to do brings the Holy Day transition into the middle of my project interval, so it's really not that much of a demarcation uh, for my own change in direction. That was set 3 months earlier. It seems to be going well, or reasonably well, with no uh, great impetus to change that. So I will kind of keep track of my semi annual projects that I see to the left of me every day. What I want to do this week, which will accumulate over the new year, uh, maybe be a little bit less abrasive, though abrasive is probably the real me. I shouldn't abandon that entirely. Thanks so much for joining me for this edition of Dr. Plotzker's Mind. I look forward to seeing you again. Have a great new year.